Surrounded by sandy beaches and mountains, it's a popular spot because of its natural beauty. Cannon Beach may be known more for the beach than it is for the cannon.
This place was first called Ecola,
which means whale in Chinook, and took on the name after Lewis and Clark came here. That name, though, would get a little confusing for the post office thanks to a community called Eola near Salem.
It took a lot of patience if you accidentally got a letter to Eola and Ecola and everything.
After the post office insisted it get changed, it went from Ecola to Cannon Beach. The beach part is pretty obvious. The name Cannon? Well, that dates back to 1846, and it starts with a shark. No, not the type you're thinking of, but an 86-foot-long ship from a fleet of sister ships
that were named the alligator, the dolphin, the porpoise, and the shark.
President Polk sent the shark here in the 1840s to find out the people's loyalties in the Oregon Territory. So after a stop at Fort Vancouver, the shark headed back out to sea. But not using the best judgment, Captain Lieutenant Neil Howison tried to cross the Columbia Bar alone.
And it did not go well for them.
Yeah, not at all. The shark ran aground and wrecked.
You know, looky-loos, curiosity takers, they definitely had their pickings, and then the rest was just the owners of the ship salvaging it.
One of the cannons on that ship washed ashore amongst some wreckage.
A local mail carrier found it, and he pulled it up into like Shark Creek area, and he left it there because he would come back for it, but the tides changed, you know, and so it was covered.
This is where a game of peekaboo comes in. Some years later, that cannon would be found again by someone else.
And he was planning on coming back out, and then it disappeared again.
Okay, so stay with me here. They found it, then they lost it, then they found it, and then they lost it again.
And this little peekaboo game with the cannon kept happening.
To be fair, that cannon did weigh about a ton and was in wet sand. It would be 50 years after the shark sunk before it was found again, this time for good. For years, that cannon sat alongside a highway getting vandalized and rusting away. It was sent to Texas A&M for restoration and now sits at the Cannon Beach History Center.
This is the cannon that Cannon Beach is named after.
And that's what's in a name.